Good day, everyone. We are from Group 8 and representing our project proposal for Engineer Society. And the topic we chose is transformation of used plastics into tote bags and ecobrick. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce myself and my group members. So I'm Surendranathan, matrix number 217012, and we have Ain Nujma binti Mazuki, matrix number 213979. Jitya Bashni Jitramurthy, matrix number 215362, and Gitan Shanmugam, matrix number 215232, and finally Hawa Adani Vidhi Azlan, matrix number 214130. So let me give a short introduction on what our project is. So nowadays, accumulation of synthetic plastic products in the environment to a stage that they provide danger to the wildlife. And approximately 9.2 billion tons of plastics have been produced, where 7 billion tons have become waste and filling up the landfills and polluting the environment since 1950s. It can take thousands or even thousands of years for the plastic to degrade. Without urgent action, it will cost threefold by 2060 and gives impact to the ecosystem and also human health. It is therefore time to eliminate unnecessary plastics, redesign products so they can be reused, repurposed, repaired, and also recycled, and also switch to the non-plastic substitutes and strengthen the system for sound waste management. And thus, we engineers play a crucial role in developing sustainable and practical waste management solution. So our project focuses more on transforming plastic waste into two products, which is tote bags, a reusable, eco-friendly alternative to plastic bags, and also Ecobricks, which is a plastic-filled bottles used as building blocks in low-cost construction. So our project has three main objectives. So the first one is represents an opportunity to the community to transform waste into valuable resource which can be used in daily basis. And second is to create a circular economy where waste is continuously transformed into valuable resources. And finally is to apply engineering knowledge in developing practical, low cost solution for managing plastic waste responsibly. So the main problem that we are facing in this current world that leads us to do this project is excessive plastic waste and poor disposal practices are causing serious environmental issues. Limited upcycling initiative at the community level leave plastic pollution largely unaddressed, and also a lack of practical solution that turn plastic waste into useful products while educating the public.
Good day everyone, I'm Ketan Shanmugam. To address plastic waste, we propose two eco-friendly solutions. First one is tote bag production and also the second one is eco-brick furniture. First, cleaned flexible plastic packaging will be collected and either heat fused or sewn into reusable tote bags. These bags provide a sustainable alternative to single-use plastic bags, promoting daily reuse and also helping to reduce waste in our communities. Second, we will tackle on biodegradable plastic waste like wrappers and also packaging by compacting them into clean plastic bottles to form what's known as eco bricks. These bricks can be used as low-cost, durable materials for making furniture, garden borders, or even small structures, offering both a creative and also sustainable construction solution. Together, these initiatives not only reduce plastic waste but also turn it into something functional and also beneficial for society.
Hello, everyone. So, today we are going to talk about the first object that we are going to make using the used plastics, which should be turning this plastic into tote bags. So, in this flow, we are going to talk about how we are going to process it and change it into tote bags. And we are also going to discuss on the budget overview of this whole used recycled tote bags. So let's talk about the process overview of this tote bag. So in this tote bag, we are going to give a style, but towards environmental friendly, how it going to sustain the environment, but at the same time, it shows off some fashion sense. So first, we're going to collect and also prepare all these plastic materials such as bottles, plastic bags, plastic canvas, which are already used and about to throw them. So we are going to find these materials from recycling bins, recycling centers. We're going to collect them and form a community partnership. So the plastic is then, it will be sorted, cleaned, and shredded into small and also uniform flakes so that we can bring it together and have a good process of it. So the second one would be conversion of it to fabric. So how we're going to convert it is by taking those whole plastic materials. We're going to combine it together, small plastic sizes. We're going to combine it together. Make sure we're going to heat it up using like a baking sheet and straighten it, flatten it, and then going to stitch it so that it forms a huge tote bag which can be used. And the tote bag going to be multiple sizes so that it can fit into different purposes. So this bag production and packaging going to be student friendly because it will be done manually, like how we're going to take all these used plastic bags and we are going to stitch them one by one and give it in multiple sizes. And when we're talking about budget of this tote bag production, when we are looking into student friendly tote bag production, as how I mentioned earlier, we're going to make it manually. So we are focusing on 10 units. So when we are producing 10 units of tote bags, the amount of raw material prices that we need is about 20 ringgit if we are buying it, unless if you're collecting these raw materials from recycling centers for free, is going to be free of charge. And then the production, which is the labor for students, or if we are particularly doing it, there will be no labor. So when there is no labor, it's going to be free of charge as well. But if there is labor and we are letting other people to make it, it's going to cost about 10 ringgit. And then for packaging, it's about 30 ringgit because we have to buy some other particular stuff, like for example baking sheet, we need needles, we need threads, and we need some other supporting materials to make sure that it can last, it can strengthen the whole tote bag so that it can be used for multi purposes. And then the design materials, like how I mentioned earlier, like since we're using bottles, soft bottles, canvas, plastic canvas, so it's going to give some design budget on that. So it would be around 10 ringgit. So if let's say raw materials and production have some prices that need to be paid, then it will cost around 70 ringgit for 10 units, unless if we are getting that whole raw materials and production labor for free of charge, we are going to subtract 30 ringgit from it, and it's going to be 40 ringgit for 10 units, which is very cheap and at the same time very environmental friendly.
The second one is the transformation of recycled plastic into eco-bricks. I will explain process overview of Ecobricks. So the first one, the collection of clean, dry plastic waste from environment. For example, food wrappers, plastic bags, and packaging materials. Then we sort the plastic and cut or shrink the plastic into the smaller size. Then we choose a clean, dry plastic bottle. Typical, we use size 500 ml or 2 liter. Then we use a stick like a wooden or bamboo to compact the plastic inside the bottle. To give the layer and compress the plastic and push plastic down firmly. Then the last one we binding the bottle to be like benches, table or wall, and we use that for garden space or small structure, as we can see in this picture.
This slide outcomes the material and also estimated budget for making this eco bricks. Most items are recycled and also cost nothing, like plastic bottles and also bamboo or wooden sticks, which you can collect from the homes and also the environment. You'll need scissors or a cutter to cut the plastics into small pieces, which will be cost around 2 ringgit. A stick or dowel is used to compress the plastic tightly. For hygiene purpose, gloves are recommended at 4 ringgit. Storage bag costs around 2 ringgit, and also cellophane tape, which will be useful for joining the eco bricks during the construction, will cost around 2 ringgit. Altogether, the total estimated cost for this eco brick is just 10 ringgit, which is affordable and also sustainable. Now we are going to talk about how this project directly supports several sustainable development goals, which is also called SDGs. Firstly, SDG 11, which is sustainable cities and also communities. By promoting recycling through the tote bag and also ecobricks, we are helping reduce waste in urban areas. Next will be SDG 12, responsible consumption and also production is at the core of our effort. We are reusing plastic and also fabrics to give them a second life instead of letting them end up in landfills. Our actions also contribute to SDG 13, which is climate action, by lowering carbon emission linked to plastic waste and also manufacturing. Finally, we support SDG 14 and also 15, which focus on life below water and also life on land by preventing plastic pollution from entering ecosystems. Together, these small changes make a big impact.
For economy aspect, the first one, the creation of new market opportunities, and it can reduce waste management costs for cities and communities. The next one, to support affordable infrastructure development by reduce cost of building material. For eco since we not use bricks or else. And the next one, encourage a sustainable economic cycle like use, reuse, and repurpose. Uh, Next, extend the life cycle of plastic materials. It align with SDGs. And the last one, reduction in plastic pollution, save governments and business from costly environmental cleanups.
Hello, I'm Hawa Adani binti Azad and my metric number is 214130. So I will continue for the benefits of this project. So for environment, um, the first one is lowest demand for new plastic and thereby decreases greenhouse gas emissions. Next, reduces plastic pollution. Um, Third one promotes upcycling as a creative low impact alternative to disposal. Next, improves overall environmental cleanliness. Next, supports a circular economy by reintroducing waste materials as valuable products. And last but not least, encourages environmentally conscious behavior. And finally, for social, the benefits of this project are as following. The first one is strengthens community bonds through collaborative activities. Uh, this is such as cleanups and workshops. Next, provides skill building opportunities. The third one empowers local communities by involving in hands-on environmental action. Next, raises awareness about plastic waste issues. Next, inspires innovation and creativity by turning waste into functional, desirable items. And lastly, encourages civic responsibility, making sustainability a shared community value.
Finally, before we end this whole proposal presentation, I would like to thank my groupmates for furtherly explaining about our proposal presentation of changing all this used plastic bag into tote bag and also eco bricks for further environmental friendly usage. That's all from us. Thank you.